Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the CSL Scoop, the official podcast of the Clueless Sluggers League. As always, I'm one of your co-hosts, Luke Origins, and I am the general manager of the Origin Angels.
I am Camrock. I'm Camrock Crew Manager.
And joining us on tonight's episode is two GMs. Representing the Gazza Revolutionaries, we have MLG Gazza himself. Say hello, Gazza.
Hi.
Hello.
Hi.
And also joining us is the GM of the Tacticians, TT.
Hello, everyone. Happy to be here today.
Yeah, it's good to be back in the studio. We were meant to record this after week 1, but life goes pretty fast, so week 2 has already ended. So tonight is a 2-for-1 special. Actually, 3-for-1 because Cam, are you going to lead off tonight with another interview?
I am. I have a.
All right,
Let's forget.
I'll let you have the floor.
Of the Revolutionaries. So,
Hi.
Gaza. I see that you have having a disappointing start to the campaign. What is your thoughts on it?
So far, I think we've not been performing to at least my own expectations as well as the expectations of everyone else. Because people did praise us pretty highly in before the first week even happened. To be fair, but no, it's really been quite a barren poor performance from the whole team. I mean, I think the performance of the second week sums it up really. But we're looking to bounce back on our feet against the Penguins and hopefully we can get a win off them.
And how have you had? I'm sure there's a massive challenge that the terrible start you had with against. I forgot who was against. It was against
The know-it-alls and
the
then
know-it-alls.
yeah.
So let's just talk about the opening match because this was the opener of the entire league. It was the first game of week 1. It was first impressions of the league and first impressions of you. What went wrong?
What went wrong? I think Wiggler pitched incredibly poorly for his standards. Both games, in fact. But yeah, he just has been pitching incredibly poorly. He's been throwing a lot of changeup. He threw like 2 changeups at PD, which allowed him to just bomb easy home runs. So I
Yeah.
think that's an issue. And my infield hasn't been like, I mean, first game, the infield, Shy Guy especially was incredible. But the second game, they fumbled. It's been crumbling, and I think I'm gonna be making some changes to the team
Yeah.
for the third week.
So you speak of changes. One of the main conversations that we had on the last podcast about you was that you made a lot of trades in the draft. I can't guarantee was it the most or was it most trades? Blaze, can you comment on that? The Gaza most trades? Or am I wrong?
Yeah, like looking at the also hello there, stat guy here. Yes, Gaza has been involved in the most trades so far, and has probably been part of the most trades that have actually gone through.
Yeah.
Including the only trade that happened before like during the interval between week 1 and week 2. And it was agreed that and this is a question I forgot for Gaza. So the biggest trade in I think in league history so far was the know-it-alls sending King Boo to Gaza's team to get Blue Critter back on the team. Gaza, talk us to a little bit about that.
Okay, well, I'm thinking, right, there is a chem gap in my team, especially in the batting order, between after Boo comes up to bat, and that's where I put Wiggler. But Wiggler has been hitting a few pop flies. He's not been performing well at all the past few weeks. And having Blue Critter right after, who has like also been shambolic batting wise. He got a star swing RBI, but that's about it.
Yeah.
But yeah, so that trade, it's I feel like it's gonna bridge the chem gap there because King Boo has chem with Boo and Wiggler, just like helps out. It's also he's a solid line drive hitter and he can bomb them on occasions.
Yeah. And on trades, is there a trade that you've made that you regret or are you happy with the trades looking back?
Looking back, no, I honestly think it's just helped me. Like I felt like every trade I've had, I've gone into with a reason to have that trade. Like, for the example, the Boo one, I really wanted Boo. He helps build my chem back up. He's a floating baseman, which makes powers basically irrelevant, which is really helpful. And
Yeah, yeah,
for the other, the Blue Critter for Blue Pianta, Pianta was not performing in training in the infield, and I just thought, hey, Critters are quite good in the infield. I might as well throw my hat in the ring, and yeah, third round pick, and it got through.
So obviously this week you've played the Angels, and before we get to Blaze and talk about his point of view later in the episode, I just want to ask you that almost a similar question. Was there anything different that went wrong that didn't have went wrong in the first one? Because
And Wiggler stayed on. Sorry, yeah, go ahead.
because like what I can see is in both games, just looking at the score, you seem to have been in the first game there was you let in 3-13, but against the Angels you've only let in 4. So there was an improvement, but not probably what you were expecting.
I think for the both games we didn't really turn up offensively. For the Angels, we didn't really turn up at all. We waited until the sixth for the know-it-alls, which when it was already too late.
Yeah,
But other than that, I just think for the Angels game, what went wrong is our infield just decided to have butter all over their gloves. They let a few balls slip behind, which allowed for the Angels to build the bases up for some easy runs. I think they got a few runs off of Blue Critter bobble, and then
yeah,
they just we just didn't turn up offensively at all. I don't think a few of our players didn't even get a proper hit
yeah.
off, and
And
we rarely
obviously,
even had a
sorry.
base. Yeah, go ahead.
No,
No,
no, go ahead.
I was just
Okay,
gonna say
so
we rarely ever had a base on. No.
yeah, so my last question is here.
Hmm.
Obviously, you are bottom of the power rankings and you're bottom of your league.
Hmm.
Obviously, now every game is going to be important for the Revolutionaries. What is your hopes against the Penguins?
I just hope we can perform offensively. Obviously, Playroom is quite a restricting stadium for my power hitters, as well as being just an annoying stadium to have. Going away to Mario Stadium might actually be a blessing, as
Yeah,
facing the Penguins there where there's no shenanigans. It's a smaller field. Hopefully,
yeah,
my team can turn up offensively as well as improve on
yeah. I think this
what
this
we had
game
defensively.
this game between Revolutionaries and Penguins is going to be a very interesting match because both teams have started the league poorly. So that's the end of the interview.
All right,
Blaze,
TT, we can lock back in now. We can lock back in.
Indeed, we
All
can.
right. So we briefly touched on this into the interview, but yeah, the first game of the league was the Know-It-Alls winning 13-6 against the Revolutionaries. TT, what was your thoughts on that game?
I think it was definitely not what I expected. I thought it was going to be fairly even between the two teams, considering how strong both lineups were. But no, PD Piranha just put on an absolute dominant performance and just pretty much shut down anything the Revolutionaries had.
I mean, didn't I say on the first episode that when it's going to come down to it, I think the Know-It-Alls are going to outmuscle the Revolutionaries, and then PD bats a perfect game, gets 200 batting score, and is currently and was the best player in the league at the time. I know my reputation is that of a PD Piranha glazer, but like the numbers don't lie, Chief. PD went nuclear that game.
He absolutely
I think
did.
I think we gave Petey an easy time. I think I said in the interview, we gave him two change-ups to swing at. We practically gave him two home runs because if you give change-ups to a 10 out of 10 hitter, more likely than not they're gonna bomb out of the park.
yeah.
Any thoughts yourself, Camrock, on that opening game?
I think I don't think anyone expected that because I'm pretty sure in the first podcast I predicted the Revolutions to win,
I
and
was the only one. I think the opinion on the podcast was fairly split.
yeah, because I think I remember thinking the Revolutions would win, and I knew it was gonna be a close game. Well, I thought it was gonna be a close game, but it was a shock that it didn't. Just went wrong.
There was that surge right at the very end where Lonk got a home run, Isabel
Yeah.
got a home run, and then Birdo and Communist Guy both swung for home runs as well.
It was just too little too late.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they definitely put on the showing near the end, but again, yeah, it was just way too late at that point. So did it really mean anything?
And I'm gonna go to you, TT. Actually, you obviously had a closer game against the Chorus,
Mhm.
beating them 7-6. What was your thoughts on that game?
It definitely was not what I expected. Rin team definitely put on a really good performance. And I think overall, if I'm going to be honest, I think they were the better team. It only just took us really 2 home runs from Kirby and Yellow Pianta to really put us back on our feet.
Including the first Grand Slam in league history coming off of Yellow Pianta.
Yeah, that I'm very happy about. I'm very happy
Yeah.
with Yellow Pianta bringing us back.
The chorus
So
the chorus surprised a lot of people in that game, I'd say, because I
yeah,
They
knew the
definitely
power
did.
duo of Red Critter and Wario could definitely do some damage, but I wasn't expecting the game to be so close. I thought Rin was
yeah,
gonna get. I thought TT was gonna win by a fair bit. Nah, TT, you had to work for that victory.
Yeah,
yeah.
I really did. And it wasn't really just Red Critter, it was most of the people on a team that showed up, like Red Cooper and Bill Cipher.
Yeah, and
Yeah,
Yeah,
like
they
honestly,
really did.
I think even the last podcast, nobody gave the chorus a chance. No one was saying, "Oh, we." I think they were all. The chorus was on the bottom of everyone's power play, but I think they surprised a lot of people in week one.
what are
I'll
your
be
thoughts,
honest, yeah,
Gazza?
they turned up for that game. Well, I think TT, he was lucky to come away with a win. He is like blessed. I remember watching back that game, and his team did not show up apart from Kirby and the Alpianza. The home runs was like that. Apart from that, offensively, the Tacticians were nowhere. They were very lucky. But the
Oh
chorus
man,
did
we
show
did
themselves
get a
up to
little
be
lucky.
good. Yeah,
And
but the
speaking
chorus
of
did
getting
show up to be
unlucky, and speaking of choking,
Oh,
do we let's just rip the band-aid off and talk about what happened to my team in week one. Let's
oh
just
boy.
Yeah, it was.
What
I think
what what
it was
what more
such
needs
a
to be
closer game
said?
than anyone expected.
yeah, like
Okay,
here's the thing.
before we
TT, go ahead.
yeah, okay, so before we get into the incident, let's talk about what actually happened in the game. Like obviously it was fairly a defensive game throughout. Like the Legionaries had an early lead, and it really just took until the sixth where the Angels actually started getting back on their feet and overtaking them.
Yeah, like I was proud of my team for like piecing something together during the sixth. Like it was a rally that coalesced. That like it properly started when Madge drove in an RBI star swing, and then Junior drove in a run, and then my starred player Boney Stark upgraded to Calcium Man, brought in another 2 runs, and then Godzilla brought in another 2 runs. Like defensively, for most of the game, we weren't too shabby. It's just that the Legionnaires had a really early lead thanks to it was a Bowser charge bunt.
Yeah, that
Let the
got
that.
record
boy.
show it was a Bowser charge bunt.
I would like to point out this was a successful charge bunt. He made it to first base, and
Yeah,
he got
thanks
an
to a
RBI off of the
fireball.
bunt.
And then
Oh,
Lightning's team rallied. So listeners, for those who didn't see the game, let me set the scene for you.
Yeah,
It's the top of the
the
seventh.
top of the
Two
seventh.
top of the seventh, 2 outs, bases are loaded. The bases are loaded with I think it was
It was
Koopa, Dry
blooper.
Bones, and
It
Captain
was
Underpants.
yeah, with blooper on getting
Yeah,
ready to swing. It was 2 outs. It was a
All we
strike,
need
2 balls, and then as he swung the ball, it went to Blue Shy Guy. Think we thought the game was going to be over as he dove for the ball, and then bonk, he errored the ball just as the game was about to end. I think that
yeah.
heartbroke everyone. Like
uh
we were
I
just in
yeah.
absolute shock at that moment because
on the Legionaries.
we've
They
never
were they were
seen a
pretty
bigger
chuffed with that.
choke
Yeah.
as big as that.
What I would say though about that Legionary is that it kind of proved that they're not the powerhouse as people may have saw them. Because just because you have Bowser does not mean he's going to carry the entire team to victory. So
Yeah, that's
they're
true.
not as a strong team as people may expect.
This is very true.
Yeah.
If you don't have the
Yeah,
faces to set
yeah,
up
because I feel like the
Bowser,
only
you have
other
nothing.
relatively good hitter he has is Dry Bones, while the others are kind of
Uh,
just wild cards. But even then, yeah, you can't always expect Bowser to do everything.
like, to be fair, I
Yeah.
wasn't expecting to win the game against Lightning, but then my
Yes,
team had to
great
go and
loss.
give me hope.
Yeah, that's awful.
Yeah,
And, like,
that.
the Shy Guy Bobble was so bad, so legendarily bad.
Yeah,
TT made art of it. You know what? TT, I need to get to the bottom of this. Where did it come from?
Honestly, I just thought it would be interesting to do because, like, obviously, this is gonna have a big reputation on Blue Shy Guy. Like, everyone's gonna more so look down on him now for making that costly mistake. He's probably got like a bit of anxiety now after that performance. Like, it's definitely gonna have a lot of weight on him.
Okay,
So,
so
But I
let's
just
move
thought it'd
on.
be funny.
Let's move on to the Knights against the Penguins and everyone's opinion on that game.
the
Well,
Penguins
okay.
got throttled. The Penguins got throttled.
Yeah, the
Yeah,
Knights
Let's just
absolutely
put.
crushed the Penguins.
I could put it in 2 words: home field advantage.
Yeah,
I mean,
that
all
too.
runs in the train.
The
yeah,
train. It's the train.
It
yeah.
is
That
the train of Yoshi Farm.
Yeah, it's not much to say because the Knights are just
Yeah,
I
the
don't know.
Knights
They
just
just
played
played.
really well that whole
They just
game.
played, and I've heard there's some ongoing investigations that Pink Yoshi's taking drugs.
because
Yeah,
Yeah.
like if you
because
saw the game right, like
that
who
hustle
was
to
it? Who
grab
was
the
it?
ball was
Like
just.
I think it was like Fire Bro or Boomerang Bro or someone
I think it
blasted
was
the ball
Ice
out to
Bro. Yeah.
Ice Bro blasted the ball into center field. Looks like it's going to hit the wall. Then all of a sudden, Pink Yoshi just fucking accelerates and just catches the ball. Camrock, I said to Daily Kickoff, run a drug test on Pink Yoshi. Are you sure it came back negative?
Um, according to the Daily Kickoff, it was very negative.
I
But
guess
I
Yeah,
Pink
think
he
there,
might.
Yoshi is just.
there are retests being made because some of the teams have appealed the decision.
Yeah, Pink Yoshi, the most infamous Yoshi in all of the CSL right now. Also, in
Yeah.
that game, I gotta bring up, there was that bobble from Daisy where like she just didn't catch the ball. Daisy got 0 in the box score.
Yeah, that is.
Oh yeah, because it was
Nothing.
like I think a green shell like hit Boomerang Bro, and Daisy for some reason just stood there and refused to help.
Yeah, like
Like, I don't know what Daisy was
I'm
doing,
going
but
to accidentally offend Gaza here, but not even any of Gaza players got a 0 in their thrashing.
No, it's fair. It's fair. I appreciate it. That's more of a
And
compliment. I think.
lastly, just to show how much the Knights were just so locked in that game, Brown Critter didn't even have the star bonus. And yet Brown Critter scored more in the box score than the entirety of the Penguins combined that game.
Oh,
yeah, but
Eesh.
I honestly more so wouldn't say that's praise on Brown Chris, but well, it is because he did very well. I think that's just really poor showing on the Penguins' part. Like, they did
certainly.
bad.
They didn't get anything going.
It's to the point where now where the manager of the Knights one and only is pushing like this Brown Critter agenda, like Brown Critter's the best player in the league.
Yeah,
And like, you know what? You
Hmm.
could make an argument. You
It's up for
could make an
debate, yeah.
argument. It's
he
it's
could.
not a one horse race. It's not a one horse race.
No.
Yeah, it's not. There have definitely been some players who are in contention, but
And speaking of
and Brown
players,
Critter could potentially be one of them.
he could be one. He could be one of them. And to end off week one, Camrock. It Camrock.
Yeah,
We spent most of the first fucking episode of the podcast hyping you up, gassing you up, saying this is the best team you've ever had. You have perfect chem across the board.
Yeah.
You have all of these factors.
And
How
then
do
he
you
loses.
lose
And then he
6-1
loses
to the
6-1.
Lilies?
It was just a very bad performance on our part. Like DK had a star, and he did. He got one home run, but he did fuck all after that.
He got the only run your team scored. House bobbled twice.
House
Oh
had
yeah,
a
he bubbled
disaster.
Really
twice in
bad.
infield. That
Funky
was
did
really
fuck all.
The
Baby
rest of your
DK
team
might as well
didn't
not
do it
exist.
either.
It's just the whole team just didn't play well. And honestly, weirdly enough, I am kind of thankful. Not like obviously I would rather have won the game, but I am happy that we got humbled, so we don't get ahead of ourselves. So we're not going like, oh, because honestly, an early humbling does not.
Yeah, that's fair, especially when you have such high expectations.
And I would actually prefer that because I do not at least it kills the hype a little bit. It does kill the hype a
Yeah,
little bit.
I definitely get what you mean. Because with a powerful team, you're bound to be hated just
Yeah,
because you think, oh, this team's obviously going to win because they're so good,
yeah.
whatever.
So after that game, let's just talk about the power rankings after week 1.
Yeah, I feel like let's do that. So starting off in dead last, and starting off in I guess in last place at the end of week 1 was Gazza. I feel like this is honestly, I think the Penguins did worse.
Yeah,
I
I
honestly
would.
I agree with
I
that, honestly.
I think Gaz was have done by putting dead
Yeah,
last.
I mean, I
Yeah,
can kind of see why he was put in last, because
yeah,
obviously it's more so about the players themselves rather than performance. Because I mean, Firebro,
yeah.
Boomerang and Toad are good players on the Penguins team, but realistically, I think the Penguins should be last.
Well,
Any
I
thoughts
mean, we
yourself,
did play
Gaza?
poorly. We both played poorly. So like 10th and 9th, it's whatever. We had stinkers.
Yeah, in
Let's be
ninth,
real.
and speaking of ninth, that's where the Penguins ended up. Again, I feel like I feel like again, there's going to be a little bit of bias because the commissioner's the one that did this. But after week 1, I just don't see the Penguins being better than Revolutionaries. Week 1, mind you, this is week 1,
Yeah,
fresh out the Egg League. I don't
Yeah,
see the Penguins being better than Revolutionaries.
yeah.
yeah, and I don't think it might even be bias either for on Popcorn's part, but
No,
even
I
then,
think
yeah, I still
if
agree with
I
you
suppose
on
if
how
yeah,
they should be at the bottom. Because I think he did make a statement about this.
yeah, with the 8th with the Rin chorus, I think
Honestly,
Rin has been hard done by with 8th.
yeah, I think she should be
No.
slightly higher, but
I think
I'm not
slightly
sure.
higher.
I'm gonna
Like
counter
maybe
that argument with the
sixth
fact
or seventh.
that I think everyone above Rin has either like Blaze had a close game with Lightning, Lightning had a
Yeah,
close game with
close.
Blaze, and then the rest of the teams above them either had good. Actually, yeah, and the rest of the teams have good teams apart from TT. I'll get to TT when I get to TT. I don't know how they
Yeah,
got it.
no, honestly,
Oh,
you're not too wrong about that,
okay,
but carry on.
Like, but essentially, Rin hasn't been hard done by. There's just been close games.
okay,
That's
that's
what I'm
fair.
saying.
That's fair. So 7 with Origins. I
Um,
Hmm.
uh,
well,
you,
we can look at 6 and 7 because it's practically the same thing here because it was just that Lightning did better than you slightly.
yeah, like somehow, like I know I wasn't gonna beat the Bowser team week 1, but then that whole like bottom of the 6th and top of the 7th happened back to back, and
Yeah,
uh,
that definitely had a lot of impact.
like I think Lightning's team did have more potential than my team. Like the big thing that Lightning has in my team, Lightning actually has a power hitter.
Yeah, I think with
Yeah,
Lightning as well, we're all blinded by Bowser of past leagues.
Yeah, that
Yeah,
is
like not
true.
even
Bowser is like
not even
a standout player.
yeah, but like as we're gonna go into later, Bowser hasn't turned up this season at all.
yeah, which is really
Yes,
surprising considering his
yes is the important
standards.
word there.
All right, at number
So
5 in the power rankings is Camrock. All right, this is I think this is a fall
This,
from grace. Like you were number
yeah,
this is
1 at the power
interesting.
rankings going into opening night, and you
yeah,
dropped to 5th.
but yeah, it's hard to complain about that with the performance we had. Like, it's hard to just go like, oh, it's undeserved. I was shocked for fifth. I thought we were going to be sixth or seventh. I'll be honest. And that's not.
I mean, I feel like maybe you just had a bad day at the office. To be fair,
I
I
think it
think
was
Popcorn's
yeah,
thought that too. Like,
yeah. But I
I
was
think you're just
genuinely
like,
surprised to be fifth after that performance.
I think
I
it's
mean,
down to your
yeah.
team. Hold on, Gazzy, you want to go first?
No, I was gonna say the exact same thing. To be fair, I think it's
Oh,
just
I
like
think
you have teaching. Yeah.
the potential,
Yeah,
for a blockbuster team is there. It's just at that point we needed some fucking heavy machinery to get it up. Because that game in Castle was like a on like Camrock, you
yeah.
somehow went from being top dog to underdog again.
Yeah,
I wouldn't say underdog because like I don't think anyone sees me as the underdog just yet.
yeah,
Because I
not
still
Hot
think
dog.
I'll be
You're a hot dog.
exactly.
You're a hot dog.
Hot dog.
yeah,
Yeah, sure. Let's be
Sure.
hot dog. Why not?
yeah. I think this it'll be interesting to see how my season goes because obviously it's going to be like judging by week one, we're going to have more ups and downs.
Fair enough. Fair enough. In at number 4 on the power rankings,
The
surprising a
controversial
lot of
fourth.
people. Yep, number 4 is the Tacticians. Now, my opinion on this is that first off, TT had a comeback victory in the mansion, and also the first Grand Slam in league history. There's a lot of prestige there, but also TT just in my opinion, TT, I feel like what worked for you in the mansion is that you just used what works. You stuck to the reliables. You went back to fundamentals. You have power. You got like the slap hits to set up the Pianta. You had your pitching. You stuck to what you knew, and that somehow coalesced into a win.
Yeah, I think the reason why many people are surprised at my position at four, admittedly, I was surprised at my placement as well, is because when you look at my team at first glance, it really doesn't look that good. Like, because I don't really have a power hitter outside of maybe Kirby and kind of Yellow Pianta to an extent. But even then, you just look at this team and think this team probably isn't going to do well, especially when you have teams like the Knights with K Rule and Brown Critter. But
Yeah.
yeah, the comeback was definitely a surprise, and I am very happy with where we are overall. And if we just keep up the good performance, I do think we have potential to go maybe even higher.
I mean, I will say that you like. I feel like the way you formatted your team, you've gotten the best out of the draft that you had. You've done really well.
Yeah, I
Like,
definitely had a lot of thought into getting my team into the positions they need to be and where I think fits best for them, while at the same time having benefits to
By
avoid
the
all of
way,
their weaknesses.
I have a story to share. This happened in the middle of week 1, like while we were waiting for Camrock's game to play out. I was in college one day talking to my friend Adelphos, who's another member of the server, about like trade opportunity, about how no one on the team, no one in the league wants Toadsworth. And then I get a random DM out of the blue from TT asking for Toadsworth. No,
I'm
literally,
not shocked. What? TT was a toad? What?
I know, flipping crazy. Like I was in like the common room on campus, and I just get to know kids like, oh, TT's DMing me, and it's just the trade offer gif, and I was like, Baby Peach for Toadsworth. I legit just got out of my chair, and started popping up, and I was like, Adelphos, someone does want Toadsworth, and it's fucking TT.
He's wanted. Yeah. Let's move
Which
on
is
to third
absolutely
with the ladies.
and the
Oh,
actually
sorry.
one last quick thing. The funniest part about that story, last time a trade offer went between me and TT, like mind you, TT offered me Baby Peach for Toadsworth. The last time I had a trade talk with TT, I had Baby Peach and I was trying to get Toadsworth off of TT.
How irony works both ways, huh?
Yep. In
yeah.
it, and I just noticed
We
something
got a
with the rest. I
we got
noticed
a
something with the
live
rest of the week.
trade happening.
Wait, live? No, wait, no.
No,
That
no,
trade
no.
already
This has already
happened.
been.
No, okay, never mind.
Cam was Cam.
I was
You're
about
a bit
to I was about to report the craziest breaking news story of my life there, but never mind.
That trade's been locked in for a while now. I just noticed something. The end of the power rankings of week 1, it's the 3 teams that all of us are like. It's the 3, I guess, new-ish teams that we're not familiar with. The Lilies, they are in order: the Lilies, the Knights, and the Know-It-Alls. Let's start with the Lilies. I think the Lilies have a really solid team, and I feel like the plan is
Yeah.
justified.
Yeah, I think
deserve to stay after
I
the
think out of
performance
all
of the
the placements, I think this is probably the most accurate. Because like
I agree.
they're good, they've got good chemistry, they've got power, they've got good defense. This team, I think, definitely has potential to go far.
Like I think it's the most well-rounded team in the league. Like you've got your pitchers, you've got your defenders, you've got your Miis, you've got your slap hitters. I feel like the
Yeah,
Lilies just have one of everything that they need.
yeah, and they're all green, so that justifies something as well.
Yeah, it's the green team. The Knights at second also makes a lot of sense because again, how we let K. Rool get a critter on his team is might be a death sentence.
Yeah,
No, I think that was inevitable, to be fair. I think
Yeah.
with the way but like still like the Knights one and only, he's made the most of it and he's built a very solid team with a great outfield. Like it's a very hard team to get the best of, as we've seen.
Especially with that
Like they
acquisition of GDB. Like I feel like GDB is after really like that's another offensive hitter to bulk up the roster, you know?
yeah, and Red Pianta too,
Like
because he's
again,
fairly decent as well.
the
Which
Knights have
we'll
got
get
the
more into that
guns.
when we get into week 2.
And ending off the power rankings for week 1 is the know-it-alls at the top of the league. And after their opening performance, I said the know-it-alls could be. I don't know if I said this on the last podcast, but I knew that the know-it-alls would be like a team to keep an eye on. I know because it's the PD team, you got to keep an eye on the PD team. It's just that first week. Good heavens.
Yeah,
That
very
week
good
1
performance
performance
from
turned a
St.
lot of heads.
Yeah.
yeah, it
So, just
did.
quickly, we're gonna quickly go around the table here. What were your guys'? Let's start with Camrock. What was your thought process going into week 2, going up against the Know-It-Alls? What were you thinking?
Win.
straight,
Win.
straight
Someone
and
was
to the
Like,
point.
confident.
yeah.
Someone was confident.
No, I wasn't confident. I just used the same one, hope it would change, and it did.
Right.
I'm gonna be real, lads. I
Well,
was,
I
I
would
was like I saw I was going against Gazza. I would say going against he was like, okay. I was like, okay, I can see a universe where I win against Gazza. But mind you, Gazza, at this point, he still had Blue Critter. He still has King Boo and Wiggler and Birdo. I have history with Birdo. So I was like, I feel like my guys, if there's no egregious errors, I feel like I could maybe squeeze in a win. That's what I was thinking.
Yeah.
I was
Let's go.
thinking the
Let's
opposite
go
of Cameron. I was
through.
thinking lose.
You think you're gonna
Apparently.
lose, Gazza?
Well, okay, no, I just didn't have that high hopes considering how badly I lost opening night and how badly Sims the trainings were going against you. I was just like, ah, fuck, I might lose this one.
Really?
Yeah,
Yeah.
and that's
Jesus.
probably what led to the Blue Critter and King.
Interesting.
All right,
Interesting.
TT. What were you thinking going against the Lilies?
I think it was good. Probably going to be close, but I think the Lilies. I had a feeling the Lilies were probably going to win since their team just looked better. Like,
On
again,
paper,
they had more power. They had more power. They had more defense, and after their performance against Camrock, I could definitely see them being a big threat.
Yeah. So that's
So yeah, I definitely thought the Lilies were going to show up during that game, and to an extent, they did.
So let's move on to the games itself. We'll go in chronological order of when they happened. So the first game was obviously the Camera Crew beating the Whisper Know-It-Alls, 14-8.
Yeah, I think this game was the expectations of the crew
Yeah.
we thought should have happened.
Holy shit, we cooked in 1-1. I can't remember what one it was.
It
it
was
was
Yeah, it
against
was like
it was
inning
top of the
4.
4th. You laid on 12 runs.
Yeah, it was mental. Because like it did come out of I think we all say it came out of nowhere.
Yeah, and
Cameron,
Because
you know what?
we started the game early enough. Like we weren't amazing in the first, and then we just turned it on apparently. Like even near the
Yeah,
end, even near the end, I was getting quite nervous because the know-it-all started turning it on near the end, but they didn't get enough.
like there was like
The-
there like you want to talk about highlights, there were so many highlights that game.
there
Like
was
there
a
was
lot.
Funky, like top of the first, Funky's home run like clipped through the wall.
Yeah, I was like,
Yeah,
hold on, what?
Yo.
That did not look like a home run to me. That
that
should have
was
hit the
And
side.
and it's the funniest thing. On the highlight clip on the YouTube, you could actually hear me in the background singing "Happy Birthday to you. You live in a zoo.
Yeah,
You look like a monkey, and you play like one too."
yeah, it actually was his birthday on that day, by the way, in case
yeah.
you're
So
wondering why we
I had
mentioned that.
the birthday look. That's why I went through.
You absolutely
That
did.
And then in the bottom
yeah,
of the
he had
third, Wait, sorry, Gaza, go.
no, I wasn't gonna say anything interesting. I just said yeah, he had the birthday luck going.
Then in the bottom of the third, Raven gets a freaking inside the park home run.
Yeah, on the
Shambles.
smallest map in the whole game.
The most disastrous POW I have ever seen. Like Power Goomba, looking back at the clip here, Power Goomba and Goomba they just get wrecked by it.
Welcome to the Stooges. Shit like that happened.
Paragoomba went for the buddy toss to Goomba, and since the power block obviously hit Goomba, it just went right past him, which is what allowed Raven to get that inside the park home run.
And can I just say as well, the Doctor House redemption story
Yeah,
Yeah.
House
from
had a
being
major improvement from last game,
one of the
from
shittest
bobbling the
players
ball twice to getting MVP this
getting
game.
MVP. So honestly, he did well in training and all that, so he deserved it.
I know I'm mentioning a
Yeah,
lot of
he spent.
highlights from the game, but genuinely, this has been my favorite game of the league so far. I
Yeah,
like
it,
this game. Watching this game live and seeing all of the crazy stuff happen was just an absolute.
yeah, there was
I
a
think it was
lot
just
of
because
hype
it was
moments
like
in
a
that game.
chaotic game. I think there wasn't a round where nothing happened.
Yeah,
Yeah, it was just a mess.
like Cam, what motivational speech did you give your team going into the fourth inning? Because as soon as Monty Mo came on to Frank Sinatra's My Way, your team locked in.
See, think about it. In the first game, we didn't have the My Way song. Now we did. That's what we locked in for.
No, Monty had My Way in the first game as well, but like this time, you guys
No,
Yeah,
we
locked.
he
didn't.
did.
You know what started
No.
it? You know what started it? Blue Pianta missed a throw to Petey on second base, and then literally the next play after, Petey bobbled a dive.
Can
Yeah,
we
I
all
was
just
going to
say
mention that as well.
how
Yeah, literally, that would have ended the inning, by the way, if those all connected.
and I think as well, like PT was disappointing.
Yeah, Petey
Yeah,
played
Yeah,
Petey had.
PT
without the
did way
star,
worse.
it's without the star. It's the star
Yeah.
effect. Like you see a player's amazing, like Petey, Bowser, amazing with the star. Well, okay, Bowser maybe not, but like amazing with the star. Without it, they're gone. They're
Yeah, they
not
were
Yeah.
just
there.
buns. And the game ended. What the nail in the coffin was the infamous bunt of '87.
Yeah, into the
What was he?
the
What was
double
he
play
thinking?
off the
What
star
was that?
pitch.
What was he thinking?
The star pitch bunt, it did not
I
go
don't know.
according to plan for Bonnie.
Yeah, absolute cinema on Cruiser. Like I loved
Yeah,
that game with all my heart. That was such
yeah,
a
more
fun game.
games like that, please.
I think the know-it-alls as well,
I
they'll have to like tactically choose when to start PT now. Because they'll have to pick and choose big games in the future.
Yeah,
That's the
I
thing.
mean,
think
I,
Cam
obviously,
clearly.
yeah,
Well,
starring PT is obviously a good move because like
Oh
he's
no, it's
one of the best
100%.
hitters in the game. He's really strong. But I could definitely see why choosing to tactically star him in games is going to be a very important choice.
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay,
oh
we should
my
move on
god.
But they
to the
they
next
do
game
get
Okay,
the
that
star
happened
next.
hold on.
next
Wait.
week. Oh,
One
sorry.
at a time.
I was just gonna say they get the star next week, so it's okay.
Yeah. So next up in the chronological order, we have the Rin Chorus against the Popcorn Penguins.
What a
this
game!
was
This was
this was an interesting game too because
Yeah.
This
this was a
was
game this actually went to extras.
eighth inning cheese.
Yeah, like it's
cheese.
like for some of us here, it's been ages since we've seen a game go into extras.
Like
So
Rin
a
started the
lot
game
was
off
on the
well,
line
Top went
here.
back into it, then Rin won it in the end.
Essentially,
Yeah,
I
was
think it was a tight game between two closely matched teams.
It
It's
was.
just that Popcorn didn't have his star and his star player Firebro, and I think that's what made the difference more than anything.
Interesting.
yeah, because
Conversely, Rin had the star on Red, as I'm calling him Red Dynamite. Red
Red
Critter went
Critter.
off that game.
Yeah, he
Yes.
did very solid this game, especially saving the day in the 8th inning with that grand slam,
Yeah.
which essentially just gave them the game at that point.
Yeah, and I think the Rin chorus are showing that they are not the per team as everyone expected. They're showing that they
Yeah,
are a
which
team
is
to be feared.
that's honestly a good thing. I'm glad that they actually have potential.
Yeah.
Like
So
they're a really competent team. Like Wario hit a home run, Rin was starting pitcher and actually held down the fort for a bit, and then you had some really clutch plays from like Bill Cipher and Red Koopa. Like the chorus was a very like it was a good win. It was a good win, and
It
it
was a
put the
very good
chorus
win. Yeah, they
yeah.
it put them on the
honestly
map.
deserved
It
it.
put them on the map.
Yeah,
Yeah.
which was needed.
So let's move
Lads,
on to the next game. Oh,
before we
sorry,
move on, I
sorry,
need
go
to
on.
ask this question. What's going wrong with the Penguins this season? Let's get to the bottom of this. What's going wrong with the
I
Penguins?
I
I
don't
don't think
know.
Difficult.
anything specifically is going wrong. I think last game, like, to be fair, any like run last game would have won Rin the game. It just happened to be a grand slam. Like,
Yeah.
I don't think we
Yeah,
were too bad in the second game. The first
yeah.
game they
Second
just
game
looked
they did good.
wrong.
Yeah, they did well.
Yeah, like Daisy did really well that game. She after bobbling the ball, she turned up for the Penguins. I just
Yeah,
felt like they
Yeah,
Daisy
got
improved.
They did get on
she
lucky
was
at the end, to be fair.
they were SVP that game.
Yeah, she was SVP that game.
The Daisy glow up from getting 0 to 90.
Let's
Yeah, but I
go.
guess on the topic of the Penguins, like you wouldn't think they'd be falling off this bad because I mean they've got some good players on their
Yeah.
team. Like
Yeah, like
you'd
on
think they would.
paper, the Penguins should be one of the best teams in the league. I mean, you have Fire Bro and Boomerang Bro cleaning things up in the infield. You have Band-Aids. You have
Yeah,
pitchers
you've
for
got
days. You have a solid enough
yeah.
outfield. It's just, is it power creep or is it just really bad luck?
Could
I
be
I
think
bad
think
luck.
it
I mean,
could be bad luck, but it's hard to tell, to be honest.
we'll see
yeah,
after like the next few
because like
weeks
they
how
they
they
have the chemistry too, so like they
Yeah.
should be doing well, but they just aren't.
And let's move on to the next game between Angels and Revolution. And I know they're both here, but I think it's safe to say it was probably one of the most less interesting games of this week.
I
Yeah,
no.
I kind of have
this was
to
this
agree
was
with that.
this was the toilet break match. You could
It
probably
was
go to the
just
toilet,
like
wipe your arse, come
it was
back, and nothing happened.
it was
So I wasn't
very
actually there, but I watched the highlights. But even then, like, oof.
Like,
yeah.
yeah,
It wasn't
like I think the most interesting thing that happened that game was that we finally got to hear Gazza's RBI jingle, which is the song HOOD by
Kneecaps.
Kneecap.
Yeah, which I
Yeah,
thought was
really,
yeah.
really,
cool.
really cool. Also, Blitter that game. I think Blitter knew that he wasn't gonna be here any longer, so
Just dropped the bag.
No, no, no. I'm so done. I was so done with him. That was like my. I don't care about Shy Guy because I love him. He's like been here since the first season of me doing this Slugger's team. I love him so much.
Yeah.
So that ugly little crocodile can go fuck himself. Go back to the field. That's where you belong.
and
I
Yeah,
was so
I guess for some things to praise in the game is that Magic Cooper's fielding was very good.
mate, I'm so
I
proud
think
of
he was good
Madge.
on the bat as well, as he
Dude,
did
Shy
get
Guy turned up
SVP
in the
along
last
with
game.
Gonzo.
Dude,
Yeah, they,
main event match actually had like the yeet on his hat, which was a custom texture request I got from Popcorn, and I think it turned out really well.
Yeah,
Also,
I mean,
while I'm here,
check out
the last
Fresh
one to look in the
Popcorn.
if let's look at the podcast VC chat. This was a message that Gazza sent me immediately following the game because I had my camera turned on while we were recording it, and after I won the game, I hit a dab. I involuntarily dabbed, and then I just get this message from Gazza after the game.
Oh, yeah.
It says, and I quote, "You dabbed on me. Never dab on me."
I was very offended. I was very hot for it. But like,
It just felt
no,
like
I'll summarize it real quick. Blazers team turned up. They turned up with what the preseason expectation was, just a defensive unit, and they were that. They were very good. And my team, underwhelming, very underwhelming.
To say the least.
Yeah.
all right. Next game was the Tacticians against the Lilies. This one was an interesting watch. This
It
one was a
was.
watch and a half. Oh yeah, TT. I know you don't want to talk. I know you probably don't want to talk about it, but I gotta bring up Yellow Toad, man.
Yeah,
Yellow
no, it's
Toad.
fine. No, it's fine. It's definitely worth discussing. It is a little, yeah, it is a little sad to see that Yellowtoad definitely didn't do as good as he did last time. Because obviously the bobble, which bounced off of his head, allowing 2 points, and his batting being below expectations, definitely
Yeah.
wasn't a
And
good look.
the I said like the poetic irony was that the person who as TD said, Yellow Toad, like the ball was coming out to center field, it bounced off of Yellow Toad's head into the back wall. The person who laid down that 2 RBI single was Green Toad.
Yeah.
Also,
Yeah,
those-
isn't
Toad.
that funny?
It was Toad
Yeah,
on Toad action there. But
yeah,
honestly,
all like
TD,
yeah, all I
continue
can
first of all,
say is
continue.
we were lucky that wasn't over the wall.
There was a universe where that would have
Yeah.
gone over the wall. But like TT, to be fair, you pulled you guys pulled back that game. Like there were so many clutch. Like who was it? It was Kentucky was such a clutch base runner.
She was, yeah.
Kentucky was clutch at running the bases. Yellow Toad was gunning people out from center field. Like besides that one bonk, Yellow Toad did really well. Kirby got another home run. Kirby for some reason is the powerhouse of the team
Yeah,
somehow.
he is. Which is here's the thing about this, right? Because obviously it's good that Kirby's pulling off and making comebacks, but at the same time, that's also the problem. Because this was more so kind of the same performance as last game, where I just started off really bad, and then we just showed
yeah.
up at the end. Like obviously,
I-
I'm happy we won 2 in a row, but I just
yeah,
kind of hope my team can consistently do good the whole game.
yeah. I was about to say, you can only survive like that long just about winning at the end for so long.
Yeah,
It's not gonna like it won't last because if you look like if you play poorly against a team that's doing well, you are going to get your bum fucked.
Yeah, I
yeah,
mean, like let's be real. There's only so much you can light yourself on fire before you just end up dying. That was a poor
Exactly.
analogy. Let's say with gas.
I have a better
There we
analogy.
go.
I have a better analogy. If I was to describe both of the Tacticians games start off the league, I'd said it during the recording. It's what I call the rubber band effect. As in like a team could do so well so early on in the beginning, and then it bends back and they just end up blowing it.
Yeah.
And
Mm.
TT is proving you are proving to be the king of the rubber band effect. Like against the chorus,
Yeah, so far.
you were trailing against the chorus. Yellow peon to grand slam, you're back in it. You were trailing against the Lilies, and then you got back into it as again.
Yeah, it was
Like rubber bands bend
definitely
both ways, and
they
your team is
do.
just becoming like the most clutch team in the league.
Yeah, I am very happy that that is the case. We've come in clutch both
Yeah.
times, and hopefully we can do that in our next game. But yeah, as Camrock said, you can only hold on to that effect for so
Yeah.
long.
I would say it could be a massive worry that TT will have with his team.
Hmm.
And to cap off week 2, we have a game that we literally just finished watching, and the highlights are already out on YouTube. That was a quick upload.
Shout out Commissioner.
The-
Shout out Commissioner Falco.
Shout out
Shout
Commissioner Papa.
out to the commissioner.
Shout out.
That's why he's MVP. The Knights continue their the train of momentum, as we're calling it, by
But yeah,
tearing apart the Knights 10-4. Like, guys, this game got ugly.
I think this
by
was a
tearing
shock
it.
to them. This was a message that
Yeah.
Lightning is the Legionaries are beatable. This is a message that they are completely beatable.
Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. And what definitely caught my surprise was Red Yanta's performance. Holy crap, he did good.
Yeah, I think this
Yeah,
it
He
could
got
be
3
a
home
worry.
runs, was it?
Yeah,
Yeah,
he
he's
got a
tied.
hat trick this game.
He's tied Petey Piranha for most home runs in a single game.
Nice.
Yeah, you wouldn't exactly expect that
And
from
Britter and
Yanta.
K Rule weren't far behind neither.
Yeah, they still did
Yeah.
good in their own right.
Speaking of which,
Like-
let's just go through all the players that game that got a home run and their names were not Bowser. Link,
Zelda.
Zelda,
Oh,
RP,
Terrible.
Britter, K Rule. All of these players have homered before Bowser, and that's
yeah, I mean
absolutely...
K Rule and Brown Critter's kind of not surprising considering they're good hits, but yeah, the other three is really surprising, and there's
Link,
even
Zelda,
Link-
RP.
more.
Like, make it make sense. Make it make sense.
Yeah, and there's even more on other teams that have done that too.
Bowser's been like, we've talked about it a lot. Bowser's been incredibly disappointing. He got out every single time he came up to bat.
Yeah,
That's
I would say though,
shock.
with those that's what a championship winning team needs. They need the unlikely players to do very well.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is true. And Lightning doesn't have that. They didn't
No.
turn up that much.
I
I mean,
think Lightning may have got Bowser and thought they were doing well just because of Bowser.
Yeah, he definitely somewhat let the power get into his head.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe
And
that wasn't the case, but
that's a concern I brought up on the first podcast. Just because you have Bowser on your team doesn't automatically guarantee you the win. You need other players on your team. And
Yeah.
granted, Lightning doesn't have a bad team. It's
Oh, no,
just
no.
Bowser.
no, it doesn't. His team's still
When
good.
Bowser has to carry the offense
Yeah.
and he's only batted in 1 RBI of 2 games, it's like Bowser has shown up more at pitcher than he has on offense. Bowser got 3 strikeouts that game.
What I would say though,
Yeah.
I think may have been a disadvantage for Lightning as well, that if you would have asked anyone about before the draft even happened, oh, who do you think Lightning's gonna go for? Everyone said, oh, he's probably gonna go for Bowser, because it was almost written that Lightning was against Bowser, and I wonder, was the plan in people's heads that they were trying to counteract the Bowser by trying to build the team themselves? Not saying that main thing. I'm not saying that's like, oh, everyone was saying that, oh, Lightning has Bowser, but I wonder, even like mentally, without even realizing, did every GM go like, oh, we should probably try and counteract this Bowser choice?
To be fair, I
Hard to
mean, if you
say.
think about if you think about the Bros, they are such good hitters in their own right. Like they were
Yeah.
gonna get swept up before Lightning had a chance to even get one.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
for being real.
Yeah, but
But
it'll be interesting to see how the Legionnaires do in the rest of the season.
take
Yeah,
the
it's
tension away from
definitely
the
going to be worth
Legionnaires.
looking into because
I think we
I
should
say
look at
this
the
quite
Knights.
figuratively and literally. They were really lucky to get that first win.
They
I'm
were.
still, I'm over it. It's fine. It doesn't bother me. It bothers me a lot. It bothers me a lot.
To take the attention away from the Legionnaires quickly, I just want to run through the Knights. They have looked incredibly strong. Well, we gave them the
They
same.
have.
But a lot
Yeah,
of their home runs, they've come on Yoshi Park. I would like to say
yeah,
a lot of them looked catchable if the train wasn't involed.
yeah, they
I
did.
don't know
Are
if
you
Just-
saying?
maybe I'm
What are
saying
you implying?
there's a
What are
home
you
field
implying,
advantage.
Gazza?
Home advantage.
Home field advantage, and that they might not perform like that if it says they might not perform like that if they're away from home, which they are.
Interesting.
Yeah, I could
Shots
definitely see.
fired.
I could
Shots
definitely see where Gaza is coming from because in some cases he is right. Like especially in the game against the Penguins, they got almost all of their points from train assists. So I can definitely see where they are coming from. I think home field advantage is in effect a little bit. So if the Knights can do their best in games outside of Yoshi Park, I think they probably have potential to be top team.
I think they
But
All
if
right,
they
before we
don't,
look at
then a case of home field advantage is definitely going to kick in for them.
Yeah.
And it won't
I'm
look
gonna
good.
propose an idea that we go through the standings, the power rankings, and then the week 3 games to end things off. Does that sound good?
Yeah.
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 All right. So starting off in the rankings. So currently the rankings are as such. In the Fire Conference, the Knights are the only undefeated team in the Ice Conference, 2-0 with a run differential of 13. Then you have the Memes, who are 1-1 with 4, the Camrock Crew, which are 1-1 with 1, and then you have Gazza and Popcorn tied for joint fourth, 0-2 with -11.
Yeesh.
Ugh,
Ugh.
that's not good.
That is Gaza. That's gonna be a league to watch. And then over in the Ice
Mm.
Play
Conference, we
popcorn
have
twice.
TT at the top of the league, 2-0 with a run diff of 2. Reese 1-1 with 7. Me and Rin are joined third with 1-1 with 3. And then Lightning is 1-1 with -5, and that's probably because the Knights just absolutely bent Lightning over the knee tonight.
Yeah.
Like shit
Yeah.
got ugly. Like that game. Oof. So
Yeah.
shifting back to the power rankings, still in last and still last is the Revolutionaries and the Penguins. And I still
I think this week is fair enough.
Yeah, it's
Hmm.
I
Yeah. After the second game, I think this is more justifiable now because the Penguins actually did really
Because
good.
Penguins
this
actually
year.
played well this week.
Yeah,
like
I think this is more fair now.
like the Penguins and Chorus game was competitive the whole way through. Me and Gaza was like watching a snail race.
Yeah.
So yeah, I do think
Um,
Gaza, I will say this. I do think you are due for a rise up in the power rankings now that you got King Boo on your team. You have King Boo, you have Boo, Gaza. You have all the Gaza. To be fair, level with me here. Was King Boo like the only thing you were missing from your team from the draft?
Yeah, like my original plan was instead of Tiny Kong, I would get Red Pianta because Pink can. But I decided that Pianta wasn't a good enough infielder, so I'm changing up my tactics now. But yeah, essentially King Boo was part
Like
of the plan.
Gaza, you had a really unlucky draft, and yet because you're such a fucking hustler, you have somehow
Mhm.
undid all of the bad shit that happened to you during the draft.
Yeah,
And yet he's still at the
really
bottom.
needed. Yeah, okay, but to be fair, even with my trades, it's not gonna change how my team's performing at the moment. I need them to turn up. If they're not turning up, then my trades don't matter.
I think King Boo is going to be the shot of adrenaline your team needs.
Hope
Yeah,
so.
maybe.
He's a leader.
Especially since he did really well. Oh
Moving
yeah,
on
that's,
to
yeah.
8th, and you guys don't mind me. Let me bitch here a little bit. I know the course is doing well, but like, really? I'm down
Yeah,
to
the
8th now?
the Angels are in 8th despite winning the last game.
Yeah.
Mother of
again,
God, can't.
you beat on not informed Gaza.
Yeah, that
Yeah.
Yeah,
is. I think that might
to
be
be fair,
the
my only
downside
win of the
there.
season so far is against one of the other bottom teams, and again, my team still doesn't have an offense. We still don't have power.
Yeah,
But
I mean you
I
have.
was looking at the power rankings, like, where did I shoot up in the power rankings? Luke went from 7th to 8th, and I'm like, give me a fucking break over
Whoa.
here, guys. So yeah, and Lightning didn't move neither. Lightning went down 1 as well, which I think is understandable. Bowser has not. It's Bowser. I am lumping the blame on Bowser.
Mm,
Yeah, but we might see a rise of Bowser performing well, and then he'll suddenly shoot up to like third or
yeah,
something.
I think he has potential to improve later on because I mean it's Bowser, but overall this is not a good
Yeah.
start for him.
Do you think Bowser? Do you think Bowser's a sleeping giant that's waiting to be awoken?
Possibly.
Maybe.
Anyway,
Yeah,
Kamrock, you were
we'll
to
see.
say.
Can we just set the next one 6th? Probably the biggest drop we've seen
Yeah,
with
the
the
know-it-alls in
know-it-alls.
6.
Oh, that's a fall.
What
Now
a
that's a
what
fall
a
from grace.
fall off.
To be
Like
fair, they
Petey,
lost like pretty bad.
they got ice. I'm gonna go out on a limb and say this: the camera crew embarrassed the know-it-alls.
A little.
Definitely.
Yeah. I think it was
They
probably a
kind of
wake-up call.
Well, yes, I mean,
they
here's
kind
the
of had
thing. Like
themselves.
in the
It's
Rather
probably,
beginning,
arrogant.
they did all right against them at the start,
yeah.
but once that inning just shifted the
It was
crew in
just
their
it
favor,
was the
they just
one inning,
they
and it's
they just
not like
struggled to keep up.
they could have stopped that inning if it wasn't for a few mistakes.
Yeah,
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 like
if
they
Blue
could
Cats
have.
didn't miss, and if Petey didn't bubble, and if Purple
Yeah,
Toad ran to the ball,
yeah, yeah. That was just what
I
led
think
and
to
if
their
I think
Bonnie didn't bunt the
downfall.
spare pitch, and Bonnie, there was just a lot of silly mistakes, a lot of
Yeah.
silly mistakes,
I think
And
the
it's
and
like,
like
way caused their own demise, like the
the
know-it-alls caused their own demise at this point.
and I think
Yeah,
I think the craziest thing to come out of that situation is that as soon as the game was over, despite having the star bonus, they sold off King Boo immediately. Which, let me just double check my sources here real quick. King Boo was their second pick.
yeah, I wonder
Yeah, weird.
I wonder will that bite them in the ass?
Yeah,
hope
I
so.
think what this says about the know-it-alls is that they expect to win. Like
Yeah,
they want to win and almost nothing else. If they don't win, they're obviously gonna take blame on a team. And
yeah,
I think that might be their downfall potentially.
yeah.
Yeah,
Like
like
if
and
they
the thing
just
is,
keep jokingly about
I think
trading
honestly,
people,
the
like
game against
that's gonna
me.
hurt them.
Sorry, I was just saying. I think the game against me could have been, well, hopefully, it was a bit of a wake-up call for the know-it-alls that they're
Unbeatable.
not unbeatable. Exactly.
Mm,
I will say
yeah,
it is really sad to see the never before seen in any of our leagues King Boo Petey combo getting split up. Now Petey's basically just by himself now.
yeah,
Yeah,
poor guy.
I love this. I love taking all
He'll
of
have to
All right,
find a
Petey's
new
head.
so
partner.
all right, the question I'm going to ask the group before we move on up in the power rankings. So the know-it-alls went through all these hoops and hurdles, and yet they're back with Blue Critter again. Do you think Blitter's actually gonna pitch in?
It's tough to
As an
say.
infield, okay. I'm gonna say this as someone who's had Blueprint. As an infielder, he's a good body to have, especially because they put PD at the left side and they put Blueprint on the right side. I don't know what the name is, but Critter as an infielder is great. So like, that's definitely gonna boost the defense. Offensively, he's
Yeah.
okay. He's okay.
Yeah, it's gonna be interesting. It's gonna be interesting. In at number 5, again, very surprising. It's the chorus.
Yeah,
I don't think it was that surprising because the Cores played so well. They have yet to have a per game.
yeah,
Red
they
Yeah,
definitely,
Dynamite.
that's true.
Red
yeah,
Dynamite.
yeah, and I think even then, this still went through a lot of people's expectations. Like the
Yeah.
chorus were definitely overlooked still, but even then, yeah, they definitely did incredibly well this game, and I'd say fifth is a
Yeah.
deservingly spot for them.
If you would have asked anyone, if you would have told anyone before that after the draft, like before week 1, oh, by the way, Rin Chorus is fifth in power rankings, I don't think anyone will believe you.
Absolutely
If you
not.
looked me dead in the eye and said, by the way, Rin's team's gonna be above the know-it-alls in the power rankings, I'd said, what happened to the know-it-alls? And then they would show
Yeah.
me and then they would show me the top of the 4th specifically in that game.
That is
Mm.
true.
God,
Mhm.
that I'm still thinking about that game. In at number 4, dropping a little bit in the rankings. Like I realized I think it's the Lilies and the Tacticians swap positions. So the Lilies are 4th
We
now.
did.
Again, the
Oh, it's a
Lilies.
Tacticians.
It was
Yeah.
Star
Not
Whammer.
Pegasus.
Starred Whammer underperformed in that game. Like
He did.
let me check his box score real quick. 40.
40. Yeah, that's
Yeah,
not
not
very
great.
good.
Okay, but still, even with the Tacticians team, how are they third? How is they still third? Even winning against the Lilies, I still think it's a shock that the Tacticians are third. Having them that high, despite their team, it's like they won both the games by 1 run. It's a little, I think
Mm,
overrating them a little. That's my
TT,
opinion.
don't worry. I have been in this situation before where no one thinks your team can get a credible win. Trust me, you'll get used to it.
Yeah, no, it's fine. I think it will happen at some point.
I do think TT being
It'd
third
probably
is,
be against
again,
me.
TT's proved a lot of people wrong, but again, the rubber band can
Yeah.
only stretch so much, before it snaps.
Yeah, you are right about that because I'm definitely shocked at my team being third because of obviously what I said before. But yeah, the
Yeah.
rubber band effectively have some. But I think if we do keep up the good performance, I think we do have what it takes to go higher, despite my team looking really weak.
Speaking of teams that shot
Yeah.
higher up, the Camrock crew went from 5th to 2nd now. I think this is deserved.
Yeah, this is a
Yeah.
deserved spot for them,
Not
especially up because this is
yeah.
realistically where they should be at.
I'm not
Yeah,
trying to
they
toot my own
should be
horn,
the
but I think that's fair.
Yeah, it's very fair.
Yeah, like Camrock, we actually learned this while we were setting up Camrock's game for week 2. Camrock, you approved the wrong batting lineup in week 1. How did that happen?
Lack of it just happens. I
He
didn't really
got
look
me
at
to
it.
organize the team. That's all.
Yeah, basically Gaza. What should I do with batting? And then the batting order was wrong. But honestly, I don't think it matters. We got beaten 6-1. It wouldn't have mattered that much.
Yeah.
I mean, the chem could have helped at
Yeah.
least. Like, I
Well,
think.
Could have,
we
yeah.
could have lost 6-4, 6-3, but I don't think it was a major issue.
Like Camrock, if the week 2 game has taught me anything, it's that chem matters, and it
Yeah.
matters quite a fair bit.
It can matters, but like we lost 6-1 for week 1, so like we were
Yep.
shite. And I don't think even if we had Cam, we would have anything would have changed.
Mm.
And taking the mantle at the top of the league right now at the end of week 2 is deservedly the Nashville Knights. And again, deserved.
Yeah.
Well, deserved based
Well,
on the sample size of 2 games that we have. We haven't seen an away game from the Knights.
yeah,
I mean,
and
yeah, I still think they deserve to be first, even despite.
yeah, I think they do definitely
once
deserve to be up there still.
they
It's
still have
just
a solid team. The home runs that they got, they're just like they're the powerhouse at the moment. Continue.
yeah, they are.
Sorry.
They are the team right now in the league. So
Yeah.
let's take a look at what the league's going to look like in week 3, the week 3 games. So
3.
going down the list here, we have a home game. We haven't done these predictions as well. It's going to be so fun.
Yeah.
We have a home game for the Popcorn Penguins at Mario Stadium as the 2-0-2 teams search for their first win. It's the Penguins and the
I think
Revolutionaries.
before we go through the games, I think it's worth mentioning that we have rematches between the Angels and Legionaries and the Tacticians and Chorus, which will be very intriguing to watch.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
Actually, let's talk about the rematches first. Let's talk about the rematches.
Okay.
Let's do that.
All right, so the Rin Chorus against the
Against
no!
the
No!
Ice
Audience. Oh, yes, audience. Hide your kids, hide your wives.
Oh yeah, that's
it's
right.
time for the first Ice Garden game.
The Ice Garden game.
And here is and normally I'd be like, okay, you know what? Rin showed in the first 2 weeks that she is like her team is well put together. The offense is solid, the defense is tight. There's one thing that's stopping me from saying that the Chorus is going to win the game, and it's one simple sentence. No, it's not even Ice Garden. TT. All right, audience. TT's team, as far as I'm aware, has never lost a game at Ice Garden.
That is true.
This is true. They won there last season. They won there the season before. They've won every single time they've arrived at that stadium.
So, as much as I want to hype up the Chorus again, now I can say with confidence, TT is again. It's because TT's never lost a game at Ice Garden. Like, it's gonna be real. TT knows how to play Ice Garden better than anyone else in this league.
Yeah, but I think that more so came because I obviously had more flap hitters then, and they definitely excel in this stage. But considering I have less of them now, it could potentially be a different story. But we'll
I'm
have to see.
What are your thoughts, Lightning? I mean, Camrock. Shit, sorry.
Lightning.
Sorry, I was
Lightning.
looking at Lightning's team. I was like, Lightning.
Oh.
Camrock.
Well, actually, I think for me personally, for that one game, I will actually be. I personally, there's no offense to UTD, but I will be personally watching Rin's performance more than TT because Rin has something to prove in this tie.
Yeah, because this
I
is her
honestly,
home stadium.
And her home
yeah, right.
stadium, and the fact that she actually traded with me for that home stadium because
Yeah,
and
and interestingly enough, I was actually suggesting taking Ice Garden too, but it was told by Camrock that Rin beat me to the punch.
also funny enough, I did ask you first, TT, but I was like, I was DMing like 6 other people, so it wasn't even just you.
Yeah,
Oh my god.
that's valid.
Blaze, big on the
Uh,
stat.
That's
How many people asked? Big on the stat of how many people I asked again?
oh my god. We're revisiting the Ice Garden Odyssey from week 1. You asked 6 people. You asked me, Popcorn, TT, Reese and Phantom, one and only, Gazza, and then no, it was 7. Was it 7? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You answered. You messaged. The only players you didn't message were Lightning. It was literally Lightning, memes, and who
Popcorn.
else? Popcorn. No, popcorn was on that list. Who am I
Wait,
forgetting here?
wait.
Uh,
I need to ask Commissioner a
the night,
question.
the
Holy
night.
shit.
The Knights. Yeah, the Knights. Yeah, the Knights. Forget what I said anything.
Oh,
So
God.
yeah, I would say if TT got Ice Garden, we would be royally screwed because again, TT has never dropped a game at Ice Garden. You want to talk home field advantage? That Gaza. What are your thoughts on the Ice Garden game? What are your thoughts?
Honestly, I'm even though we've been gassing up TT, I'm calling for a shock to the system. I think Rin, with the team that she has, is gonna build off the momentum she's had and like beat TT with a statement win at Ice Garden. It'll be a close one, but I think she'll win in the end by like 3 runs. Just
All
comfortably taking
right,
the win.
Yeah,
all
and I
right.
guess to carry on with my statement earlier, as now I want to more focus on Rin's side, honestly, I think she does have potential to beat me. Because, like Gaza said, it does prove a statement that where not only if she wins, she not only gets her revenge, but ends not only my 3-game streak, but also my Ice Garden streak in general. So she,
There's
in some ways, has a lot to prove.
this could be one of the most somehow the ice because of all these stakes and all this history. Somehow the Ice Garden game has potential. What
Yeah.
timeline? What timeline are we living in where I'm getting kind of excited about an Ice Garden game?
Yeah, there's secretly a lot to prove. But honestly, with the potential she has and her performance from the last 2 games, I think she's a worthy opponent.
I agree.
All right, all right. Moving on to our other rematch. Guys,
Legion-
all right.
Legionaries versus
Wario,
Angels.
Wario City. Okay, I want to hear from the guys first. How do you guys think? Okay, guys, hear me out. What if we stop? What if my team stops choking this time?
But yeah, in all honesty, I honestly hope you win because this should be your revenge. Like you were robbed last game. Like you deserved that win, like full stop. And now you're facing him again. This is your chance to get your revenge and show that your team can actually win.
Yes,
Yeah.
Yeah.
fight and win.
It's at Wario City, right? It's at Wario
Yeah, it's
City.
City.
So,
It's City.
Yeah,
oh,
but outside of
this,
that, I think it could be another close game between the two of you again. Because
I
unless
agree.
Bowser shows up this time, I think it will be fairly close.
Yeah.
I
I
don't know.
agree. Yeah, but
So,
hmm.
guys, who you think? Who you think?
I'm thinking honestly, this could be the game where Bowser turns up for the Legionnaires, and like because Wario City famously has that little circle bit in the center field
Yeah,
where
the
you can
manholes.
like and the manholes and the what's it like the dipping
The
in like
arrows.
wall which not the arrows
The
the
wall,
wall
the
the
wall,
wall
the wall is
center
so
field the
short.
center field wall is so short that like anyone can bomb home runs.
Oh
We've seen
yeah,
plenty of
true.
home runs. We've seen I think a power not a power group but like the main point is anyone can bomb a
The
home run there. So
the
if that could be a
the
Bowser
senior
dead stop.
swing, the senior swing.
Yeah,
That's definitely what we call it.
Oh my
yeah, we
god.
have
No
seen that
other
as
name.
well.
No other name. It was the senior. It was the senior swing of 26.
Yeah.
So Gaza, you think Bowser's gonna wake up this game?
I think and I think he'll probably like it'll get a bit close one definitely, but I think he'll bomb walk off to win the game.
Cam, give it to me straight, Cam. Am I cooked?
Honestly, I don't think you're cooked, but you could be in danger.
Yeah, like, here's the thing, right? After that last game, I really don't know what my prediction will be for this game. Because ideally, I want to win this game to show that my team can be something. But after the way we lost the last game and the fact that it's on Wario City, I'm not gonna sit here and say that this is inspiring confidence in me.
Hmm.
Yeah.
As much as I hate to say it, if I will say, if Bowser wakes up, I'm not beating him. If Bowser stays on
Really?
the same trajectory he's on right now, I think I might be able to pull it off. Here's the thing. I'm able to start Boney Stark again. If Boney turns up, we might be cooking a little bit.
Yeah, and it's
It,
also just the fact that while Bowser can obviously show up, if everyone else just does really bad on Lightning's team, that could give you the edge.
again, gun
'Cause
to my head, I
sure,
think if
sure, it can be a one-man show, but if only Bowser does everything, then I think that is somewhat of a sign of weakness for Lightning's team.
you know what, I'm gonna say
Yes.
that I think I want my I think we can win this. I think we can win this. I'm
Yeah,
locking it
you
in.
almost did
Lock it
last
in.
time.
Lock it in. All right.
Mm.
Shifting gears back to Popcorn versus Gaza. All right. Eggs in the basket here. I think
Yeah,
King Boo's going to be the difference maker for Gaza's team.
I hope.
really.
Yeah.
Fucking hope.
Like Gaza said himself, it patches up a stat gap. He has another reliable pitcher now. King Boo also has offense as well and such. I think
Yeah,
King Boo's going to be the difference maker that's going to get Gaza his
Yeah.
first win. I'm saying the Revolutionaries are going to win this game.
yeah. Honestly,
Ah,
I think this could, outside of mine and Rin's, I think this is also a game to watch out for.
Mm-hmm.
Because like this obviously is the two losing teams going against each other, so there's a lot of stakes here for both of them to finally be on the board.
You earn the right to proclaim yourself not the worst Fire Conference team.
not the worst team in general, actually.
It also kind of sets the stakes for both teams if they do lose, because like if they do lose, that obviously puts a lot more pressure on them going forward.
Yeah. So TT, who you think wins this game?
Ooh, I'm honestly not sure. It's gonna be close, but I think Popcorn's gonna win.
Ooh.
Barely.
Interesting.
It's because I could see it. It's stadium and the stars back on fire, bro. This game, I can kind of see
Yeah,
the argument.
yeah, because I think in some instances, I think Popcorn's team does have a bit more advantages than Gaza does, although it's quite
Mhm.
slight. Like they both have power, they both have good defense now. Well, actually, no, the infield I think is slightly neutered now that Blue Critter's gone.
Ooh,
We'll see.
we will see.
But I
See.
think
Camrock,
I think
who do you think takes a Camrock?
Which game is this again, sorry?
Popcorn
Oh,
Gaza.
Popcorn. What have you been doing in the past 5 minutes?
Me? I will tell you,
He's
Scoop,
been contacting.
I am I
Contacting.
am I am working on a trade as we speak.
A
What the?
trade?
Huh?
I am working on a
Uh-oh.
trade as we speak.
Live?
But
What the?
Live, you're getting live content.
Would you mind, if you're okay with it,
Spill the
telling us
beans.
what that
Okay.
trade
Spill the beans.
is?
Spill the
The
beans. Spill the
potential
beans.
trade I am offering is actually to the Legionnaires.
Hmm?
What?
Oh God, this
Sweet.
can't go good. This
I
can't go well.
I am risking
you-
my whole aura,
Hmm?
and I have submitted a trade to Lightning. And the
All right,
trade
who you?
is that I want Wario Stadium.
Oh.
Honestly, I can see why.
Hmm?
Because like that I think gets a little bit of your persona back.
Yeah, but Lightning is yet to respond. I have submitted my request, and honestly, if he says no, I'm not gonna be major disappointed. I'd be like, damn.
Damn.
Anyway.
I thought when he said I'm gonna risk my whole aura, I was like, there's no way he's trading Monty Mole or some shit, right?
No. No.
All right. Anyway, popcorn. Back to popcorn. Ah, I'm doing it again. I'm looking at
Nice.
popcorn's tweet. I'm saying
Yeah.
I'm doing
Shout
it
out.
again. Am I gonna do it a third time? We'll see. Camrock. I was thinking of popcorn's game. Popcorn's game against Gaza. Who do you think wins that, Camrock?
Okay. Call me crazy, but I think Gazza's winning.
Interesting.
That's what I've been saying.
You had a feeling for the first week, and then I got pummeled. I don't trust your feelings anymore.
Gaza, what about
At least,
your feelings, Gaza?
at least
What about-
hold on. Before we go
Hold on.
back, at least it's better than the Gaza curse, where whoever Gaza supports loses.
True.
That's
Dude,
Because in the
Gaza,
middle of my game, he switched mid, and then once he switched supporting me, what happened? The no one
12
You
else
runs.
destroyed them.
12 runs. Oh my
okay.
god.
Um.
How are you feeling about this
Okay,
game, Gaza?
but
Do you think you can do it?
I hope Wiggler turns up pitching. If Wiggler turns up pitching, it's an entirely different game. If he doesn't, then well, I think it'll be tight, or I think either the Penguins will blow out. There's a chance we can get a good win. Honestly, I think the Penguins will take it though. They just have a more solid team going
He's
into
a
it.
humble king. He's a humble king.
All right, we have two more games to talk about, and then we can end the podcast. So, we have the Whisper Know-It-Alls playing a home game of Cruiser against the Meme Lilies. So, PD's on his own. PD does not have King Boo anymore. Oh, this game is going to be a shootout.
Yeah, I think this could definitely be an offensive showdown.
Like looking at the teams, they're I mean, given how the last Know-It-All games on Cruiser went,
It didn't go too well for them.
honestly, I'm gonna do something that's wild for me. I'm gonna bet against PD. I think the Lilies got this.
Mm.
Blaze going against PD. What?
Yeah, I
That's
know.
crazy.
I
That's crazy.
But like, here's the thing:
Crazy.
the Star is probably gonna go back on Critter this game. I think Critter is
As-
gonna supply a lot of the offense, but the Star's on PD as well. I just realized. No wait,
Yeah,
is it?
Star's back on
State?
PT.
Yeah, it is.
Well, maybe. We don't know for sure, but it most likely will be PT.
I mean, it's not like I mean, what do you think? They're gonna put the Star on Purple Toad?
I mean, they could. Purple Toad's a good hitter, or Blue Pianta.
BP.
Who,
I think
by the way, if the know-it-alls want to win this game, those three need to show up today.
yeah, it's
Like
Purple
they need to have their week one performance if they want to win. Like they need to set up
we need to
PD
see.
so they can get those
We
home
need
runs.
we need the old know-it-alls, that bad news kind of know-it-alls, you know?
Yeah.
Again,
No.
if again, it's solely on their last Cruiser game. I think I'm gonna give it to the Lilies this go around.
Fair.
What about you, TT?
I would.
I don't know. I think this might be a know-it-alls game because I think if they do have the consistency to set up PD well, and if PT performs,
Okay, I
I
have an
think they
update.
have what
Sorry,
it takes to
but I have
win,
a breaking news
especially
update.
on a small stage like Cruiser. But then again, the Lilies are no slouch either, as shown in Camrock and my game. They have potential to get stuff going. We just have yet to see their full potential.
So who do you think takes a TT?
I think it will be the know-it-alls, and I think it will probably be a high-scoring game too.
Yeah.
Okay, before we move on to the rest of the predictions, we have not only one live trade offer, we have a second one. Gazza's offering Playroom for Daisy Cruiser.
Also, by the way, I
There's
do have an
no
update on
shot
my
he's
one.
getting
I do
Daisy
have.
Cruiser. Are you
No,
serious?
no. TT, look what I'm saying into the podcast studio. Gazza asked Playroom for Cruiser, and Phantom said, "Let me talk to Reese."
Oh my god. He's considering this?
Yes.
Camrock, anyway, also
No, I mean
Camrock,
like
what's the update on the
Reese is
Lightning? What's
considering
the
this
I
is
update
what
on
do
the
I'm
Lightning?
have
saying.
an
'Cause
update.
I'm gonna be
Lightning.
on.
Hold on,
If I'm gonna be
TT.
honest,
He
Yeah,
didn't say
we're
if
gonna-
yes,
if he
but he's
if he
actually
throws away,
all Lightning is doing is delaying talks after week. He wants to after week 3, so he wants to delay the talks. He hasn't said yes or no, but he's just delaying
Ooh.
the talks.
interesting. That's a wise choice, honestly.
Anyway, you were
Because
saying TT before I actually hold
his
on. Everyone's
response was
talking. Oh my
sorry,
god.
Yeah,
but his response was
yeah.
because he
No.
Honestly, I
One
think
at a time, fellas. Camrock
yeah.
finish, and then
One.
TT go back to you.
so
Okay, yeah.
basically
Go
what
ahead.
he's
Go
saying
on.
he hasn't played at home yet, so it makes sense because he hasn't actually played in his home yet. So it makes sense for him to want to check out what he's like there. Anyway, that's me
And
done.
TT.
That's me done
All
yapping
right,
about that.
TT, you can finish off your thing now.
Yeah, considering Reese considered it for the trade is surprising to me because honestly, I think if they approve of this, I think this might honestly damage their chance of winning overall.
Good.
Because Cruz is such a good stadium for them, considering they have the power. They can get really easy home runs on here. And by switching stadiums, that especially Bowser Jr. Playroom, which has such high walls, I think they might be throwing if they take this opportunity.
Ooh.
Well, you're
The
not the one
stakes
who
are
made
high.
the
They are, but they have such a good stadium for them. Like, why throw it away?
because
Oh no, man.
I don't know. I gave them blue credit on the first
Because
one.
Gazza's a hustler, and Gazza could probably smooth talk his way into getting the stadium off of them, knowing
I
Gazza.
don't know.
If
But
I
yeah,
get the
I think they
stadium, I get
shouldn't.
everything I actually wanted in this fucking draft.
Gazza, you're like a D&D player that spec'd all their points into fucking charisma.
Yeah.
I hope it
Hmm.
works. Anyway,
The
the last game.
maximum.
I think we should move on to the last game.
Yeah,
Squish.
I'm still
which
waiting to hear
is
opinions from people. All right, Camrock, Lilies or know-it-alls? Who wins?
Know what else?
Gazza,
wow.
know-it-alls or Lilies?
Honestly, I think no. Yeah, they have too much power. Lily's not enough, and they have
All right.
kind of a weak point.
Okay, and the final game to discuss from week 3, it's
Yeah,
the top 2 teams in the league right now in terms of the
yeah,
power rankings. A home game at Bowser Castle, because we're not going to see the Wario Stadium
yeah.
pick. It's the
No,
Crew
yeah,
against the Knights. Now, this game's got some, as I brought this up last time, this game's got meat on the bone. It's the
yeah.
top 2
This is
teams in
gonna
the league.
be
It's
juicy.
Donkey Kong versus K. Rool. There's a lot
Yeah,
at play
how
here.
fitting.
Yeah.
Yeah, this I think this might be the match potentially because if both
This
teams
is
showed up
This is
what
a
they've
clash
been
of the
doing,
Titans.
Yeah, I think
absolutely, yeah,
it's going to be the match to watch this week, and that's not me just
Yeah.
sitting
I
at
think so
home.
too.
There's a lot of matches to watch this week. Yeah, this is certainly the one. This is the
This
title.
is
This is the main
yeah.
event.
Honestly,
Main event.
okay, I'm going to say this.
Mm,
I think this week is one of the weeks of all weeks. The
mm,
matches are juicy this week. I can
Blockbuster.
you
This is a blockbuster
you
week.
can talk
yeah, there's a
about
lot
every
going
single
on
one of
this
these games,
day.
and it's going to be an interesting match.
All right, I
Yeah,
do. Okay, the thing is though, the last time the Crew played on Castle, again, it didn't inspire confidence. However, seeing the throttling you gave the know-it-alls, I think this game's going to be very even. And I will say
Yeah.
this: I think you're going to win, Cam, but not by a lot.
I think it could. Honestly, what I'm going to say is I'm not going to predict a winner because I honestly cannot pick one, and
yeah,
I don't know who's going to win that. It's the only match where I'm like, ugh. But maybe because am I biased? Maybe.
Hmm.
But I'm not confident against the Knights. But I'm sure if you ask the Knights, they're probably not confident against me either. So
Hmm.
it'll be an interesting match.
I know, Gazza. What
Hmm.
do you make of this matchup, Gazza? Who do you think? Who are you gonna put your money on?
I would want to back the Crew so badly, but I just think their infielding is gonna be the downfall of them. I think the Knights have a better infield overall, and I think they would be able to take advantage of that. They have decent setup for home run hitters. Like they have Pianta, they have Dry Bones, they have good setup. While Cam, he has his power, and then he has the Stooges.
Yeah.
It's concerning for Cam.
Hey,
I think they're gonna
don't
back
sleep
him.
on the Stooges. Whenever Monty Mo comes up to bat and My Way starts blaring, you know shit's getting serious.
Yeah,
Exactly.
Paraguba's no slouch either. We've seen it before.
And Goomba is
Yeah,
just
but
there
we're
because
thinking like,
there needs to be three Stooges.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Honestly, don't sleep on the Stooges. It was a warning for
don't
everyone in the
Yeah.
league. Do not sleep
Don't
on the
sleep
Stooges.
on them.
When you underestimate them, that's when they
Camrock, if
that's
one
when
of
they
the
play.
Stooges hit a home run, I will shave.
On
I will
Bowser's
shave.
Honestly,
Ball.
if one of the
I
Stooges
will
hit a
shave.
home run, you know what I will do? I will. What will I do? I will.
Do an Irish
I
jig. Do some river dance. Do some
I will.
river
I know.
dance live on.
I will buy a 2 liter of Sprite and try to chug it all.
Why? That's a waste of money. All right,
Waste of money, but it's funny.
TT, who do you think's gonna win the heavyweight matchup?
To be honest, I think Camrock's gonna win.
Interesting.
Because
Oh,
I think Camrock honestly has the power to pull through. Because I mean
he's got
he's got DK and Funky, he's got his two brown me's, he's
he's
got
got
the
the power.
chemistry. It's gonna be close because the Knights are obviously no slouch, but I think the Crew has what it takes to win, especially after their performance last game.
All right,
I think the
so
Crew's gonna win.
I think the Crew's gonna win as well, and Gaza is backing the Knights. So
I
you want to leave it there? You want to leave it there, lads, because we've been at this for a while.
Yeah, it's been a
I
while.
guess we can.
All right, so
Mhm.
that is it for this episode of the CSL Scoop. Hopefully, we can record another one of these before another 2 weeks passes. But again, time zones, college, a lot of factors at play. I guess we'll just record these whenever we get the chance to record these. So until next time, see you in the dugout, everybody.
Bye.
Bye.